this hand seems very strong. Accelerant, very good. Yeah, this is going to be great for me. Now it even gets to trigger off of my opponents, but it's not a trigger. Actually hate when people say trigger to things that are not triggered abilities, but it gets to become bigger off of my opponent's creatures, which should help the card be even more amazing than it would otherwise be. Yeah, now I have a 3/2 first strike that they can target. That seems like a great deal. Yes. Well, once again flooding out pretty badly, but with this many kicker cards in my deck, flooding out isn't even the end of the world. 3 spells to my graveyard, though only one of them I'm really unhappy about losing this run. The other 2 would have just rammed me into more lands and made my flood out even worse than it currently is. Okay, get a card back from the fact that I am not drawing any spells. This is going about as perfect as I could have hoped for. Wow. Yeah, I guess I'll set Grun up for next turn. Could theoretically just take this free Skittering Surveyor and be sure that I can cast it, but it seems a lot better to risk it for the biscuit and get myself a Grun. Yes. And then next turn, can I even kick it? 6. No, I'm 1 mana short of being able to kick it. But I'll probably still just cast it as a 5/5. They need like Vicious Offering on this Rona right away. No! God damn it. That was... Well, Vicious Offering on the Knight of Malice would have also helped my opponent's board position quite a bit. So it's not even the end of the world that they had that. But, I mean, I'm unhappy about the fact that it happened and I couldn't just cast my Grunt from the graveyard. Mountain, okay. So there are Mardu. Don't really have much usage of these Saprolings. So they're kind of just here to trade with opposing smaller creatures and be good blockers. Helm of the Host. So they get a copy of their creature every beginning of combat, right? Okay, that's a copy of a creature. Except the token is... Yeah, that's pretty scary in the long run, though most of the creatures on the board at the moment are not scary, so even if they copy them every turn, I'm still alright with that. And that's a great top deck. Because now wherever they put the Helm, I can just shoot that creature down. And there's once again like so many game-winning top decks in my own deck. Modrotha, the second run, the in Bolas's Clutches, then I just steal the Helm of the Host from my opponent and like make myself copies of this Windgrave Acolyte. Sure. Yeah, I don't really need to kill this right now. None of their creatures are even worth recurring after I kill them. So who cares? It's a little mana inefficient to not be using this, but still. Okay. I'm giving out my best defender by giving it flying, but I put my opponent to 1. I can attack with the Unicorn. Yeah, it still seems alright. This dodges all the white removal. And I do put my opponent to 1. I guess I can attack with everything and kill this. I should have done that before I... this is super risky. No, not super risky, but like slightly risky if they have the +2/+1 and lifelink thing. I should have just used the candle before so that my opponent can't like save the Unicorn. It just seems alright to just go for the kill here. Because I deal 7 in the air and then 1 on the ground, which is 8. My sequencing was not perfect, but I think the line of play was still good. Might want to pierce this guy against the white deck, but probably not without having seen much from my opponent. Also, white has a surprisingly low amount of aura-based removal in this set, I think. Usually you always wanted to bring in like neutralize effects against white decks, especially in Rivals of Ixalan block, because they had like Luminous Bonds and Ixalan's Binding and Pious Interdiction and like all that stuff. And now I don't think that's the case any longer. Now the disenchants are kind of mediocre against white, and they're mostly there for like artifact creatures and equipments, which any deck could be running. I think I'll just run it back. Green-white Dirtle. Oh, not green-white, Mardu Dirtle. Smaller creatures. Maybe I want this Theld Omnivore again. Just holds off all my opponent's 2/2s, and then it goes well with my Rolling Migration. What would I be cutting though? Not certain. Second Grunt is once again pretty tempting to take out. Or the Arcane Flight. Because my creature count is a little bit low. And Mardu is likely to have a bunch of removal. This card has a lot higher upside, of course. Nah, I'll run it back. I want to experiment with how good the Arcane Flight is anyway, so once again, it might not be the optimal thing to do, but it is the most, the one that is going to give me the most experience over the span of the format, so this is day one, we need to try stuff out. Yeah, this looks like a keep. Would prefer not to play this on curve, but if my opponent just has a good 2-power creature that it holds off, I will likely just do that. I have ways of casting it from my graveyard in my deck as well, so yeah, that seems like a reasonable thing to... This helps my position a little bit against the Mezai, but I'm taking at least 4 damage that way. Yeah, I'll just cast it. Let's not be greedy with such a great late game. Ah, damn it. No, well, I might not even regret my decision, because if it forced my opponent into doing this, it might be okay for me. So I have double black available. Do I need double green? These 2 cards. Do I need double blue? 1 card. But it's much more likely for me to just draw green naturally. Yeah, I think I'll just grab myself the island. Should be alright. So might even have to eviscerate this Mezak Unicorn now, but it's kind of a 2-for-1, trading for the Unicorn and the Triumph of Gerard. Yeah, maybe it's better than I thought. Who knows? So whichever other creature they play now, okay, that's perfect for me. I mean, it's a scary card. I guess I saw this already, probably should have brought in a Disenchant. I kind of forgot about this, because I had Broken Bond and I was like, okay, I didn't see any enchantments from them, don't need it, but the Helm is probably worth bringing Artifact and Enchantment Destruction in for. I was gonna say whichever creature they play, they now get a flying first strike lifelink hit in with, but then they play the non-creature spell, so now I just get to destroy their Unicorn and they lose the 3rd chapter of the Triumph of Gerard. Just going away for nothing. So now I actually traded 2-for-1 with this. Okay. They have a Knight of Malice of their own, which is pretty strong. I can make myself a 2-4 and then use it to fight. Seems alright. They will likely equip on something, and then I have the fight spell available. It's a little bit of risk of fighting on my opponent's turn, but wait, how does this work? If I steal the creature on your turn, create a token that's a copy of a equipped creature. So even if I control the creature, they still get the tokens every turn, and if I steal the helm, then I get a copy on my turn. That is pretty great. I still think I want to kill this now. Theoretically, I could let them get their copy and then I steal the helm and I get a copy of their creature right away. Like, at the beginning of my combat, I get a copy of their Knight of Malice. Still think it's better to just fight here. I can steal the helm later on. It's a huge tempo loss to keep equipping this. And that makes it easier for me to dark bargain and draw into more action here. If I'm under too much pressure on the board, that's awkward for me. Oh, that seems pretty great though. I think I want to run that out, even without kicker. That was the preferred target for my Arcane Flight, of course. But even as a 10-10 attacker that my opponent has to deal with every turn, it still seems right. Yeah, they get a 2-2 for free. I can steal the helm now, then I get a 2-2. Well, I get a 3-2 because I have a legendary creature. That seems alright. And then I can start pumping out grunts with the helm by re-equipping. I guess if I attack, they can jump block with this one and then I have an unequipped helm. If I don't attack, they have to like worry about the helm, but I guess it's alright to get this off of the board and then just attach it to my grunt. That's pretty aggressive. Maybe hold this back. My opponent's on 1 card in hand. Well, attacking with this alone means it attacks for 10. I guess now they can double block. No, that seems bad. Letting them double block and trade this down is obviously terrible. I forgot that this was way too vulnerable if it attacks with someone else. Has to be attacking alone. That seems strange. I think they should have sacrificed the creature that has the helm on it, because it's my helm, so I get the upside. Yeah, that was just strictly worse than jump blocking with the other one. Sweet. Game has ended. Modo is still waiting to catch up to that fact.